Good morning and welcome to year number 4 of Pitt to the Point. I'm Olivia McDonald.
And I'm Demi Bauer. Pitt to the Point is your weekly 1-hour news and magazine program that airs live from the state-of-the-art Pitt Studios.
Pitt to the Point covers everything from the University of Pittsburgh to the City of Pittsburgh, as well as national and international events, news, people, and stories.
We're back with your favorite segments such as Alumni Spotlight and Clubbing at Pitt, which showcases one of our amazing student-run clubs here.
We'll feature stories from our incredible University of Pittsburgh regional campuses, and Crossing Over at Pitt is back to show you how different departments at Pitt collaborate on the most innovative teaching in the country.
We have some new segments too, MVP, Most Valuable Professor features, and you'll love our Pitt in the Wild feature.
And we'll be joined live by our affiliate college and high school partners and their student anchors, who will tell you what's going on in their schools and their communities. Now, we're statewide from Pittsburgh to Lancaster to Philadelphia.
And of course, we'll continue to bring you the most up-to-date news from the world of politics, sports, medicine, and entertainment in the City of Pittsburgh and at the University of Pittsburgh. On Monday, March 24th, hundreds of Pittsburgh Public School teachers, parents, and students attended a Pittsburgh School Board hearing to voice their opinion on slowing down the process to close down multiple schools.
Their voices seemed to be heard because on Wednesday, Pittsburgh Public Schools postponed a vote that would have been the first step to closing more than a dozen Pittsburgh schools.
The district had released a plan that they would be closing 14 schools, reconfiguring 12, and relocating 3 due to the results of declining enrollment and other factors.
The public, parents, teachers, and students had requested more data be shown for the reasoning of the schools being closed, which ultimately led to their decision to pull it, wanting to give the community more answers and data.
With hopefully more time to fill in the unanswered questions, the updated proposal will be presented to the board in April.
On Thursday, March 20th, President Trump signed an executive order to start dismantling the Education Department. The department was established in 1979 during President Jimmy Carter's administration.
The Education Department primarily handles federal oversight, civil rights enforcement, and the distribution of aid for low-income and disabled students.
The order cannot be done without congressional approval. So let's head to our political reporter, Delaney Pippin, to hear what she has to say. Delaney?
President Trump has signed an executive order to begin dismantling the U.S. Department of Education, fulfilling his campaign promise to shift education control to the states. However, some educators are worried how this may affect our nation's most vulnerable students. I spoke with Mary Kerr, a former Pitt professor and special education expert, on the potential impact.
An executive order signed on Thursday kicks off a process that could fundamentally reshape federal education oversight. While the president cannot completely eliminate the department without congressional approval, nearly half its staff are already set to depart through layoffs and buyouts.
Take a very historic action that was 45 years in the making. In a few moments, I will sign an executive order to begin eliminating the Federal Department of Education once and for all. Should I do this?
Special ed law is civil rights law, and so there's certain things that are guaranteed, but they're not guaranteed if we don't have people fighting for them.
While the administration has stated that funding for students with disabilities will continue under the Department of Health and Human Services, experts worry about the implementation.
But children with disabilities and other risk factors are highly dependent on special programs. So if you're a kid in poverty, you need a Title I school because that's going to bring that school extra money. And if you're a kid with a disability, you can't read or talk, you need special equipment, which we call assistive technology, or you might need a translator.
The Department of Education provides over $18 billion annually to support schools with high poverty rates, serving approximately 26 million low-income students.
The Department of Ed is in charge of monitoring the states to be sure that they monitor the districts within the state.
As the dismantling progresses, legal challenges are to be anticipated. From Pitt to the Point, I'm your political reporter, Delaney Pippon. Demi, Olivia?
Now, Delaney, as college students, how does this affect our generation and future generations?
I think while this is still up in the air, college students should stay aware and visit their respective financial aid offices just to see how this might affect their student loans or their campus protections. Thank you. Demi, Olivia?
Thank you, Delaney. The University of Pittsburgh placed Students for Justice in Palestine on temporary suspension this week for improperly communicating with members of the University Conduct Board hearing.
The suspension comes after a disciplinary hearing that was held on February 4th. The hearing was addressing how the group hosted a study-in at Hillman Library that officials said violated Pitt event policies.
The suspension means that Students for Justice in Palestine cannot use university resources for future events and must cease organizational operations.
However, this did not stop them holding a protest 4 days after the suspension was issued.
Last Saturday, SJP defied the suspension order and held a protest in Oakland.
They made their way throughout Pitt's campus in Oakland and formed a protest circle at Forbes and Bouquet.
Pitt has said that their conduct proceedings are designed to uphold community standards and their code of conduct.
With so many newsworthy events happening on campus, it can be hard to keep up. That's where our newspaper, the Pitt News, comes in.
Here are the top headlines from our award-winning newspaper. It is the Pitt News on Pitt to the Point.
Kevin McAllister began working at the Webster Hall Deli for 17 years, starting in 1987. In 2004, McAllister took over and renamed it Kevin's Deli. Students voted Kevin's Deli the best black-owned business in the Pitt News' annual Best Of survey. Located inside Webster Hall, he serves classics like buffalo chicken salad and Reubens, as well as breakfast options. According to McAllister, his steak hoagie is the best in the city. According to Max Wasserman, president of the Student Disability Coalition, Pitt students have been frustrated with the process of obtaining accommodations from the Pitt Disability Resources and Services Office for several years. Requested accommodations are reviewed on a case-by-case basis by evaluators and occasionally committee review. They currently serve 2,830 students in undergraduate, graduate, and professional programs on the Oakland campus. At Pitt's most recent faculty assembly, former University Senate President Chris Bono voiced concern over how the hiring freeze could worsen staffing issues in already struggling departments, specifically in the language departments. Associate Professor and Department Chair John Walsh says the Italian master's program was caught between the pause in graduate admissions and the hiring freeze. The department's request to undo the graduate admission freeze for the program was denied.
Honor all of the women around the world. Get ready to see how Pittsburgh honors women who have made an impact in our city.
We also have a very special edition of college and high school this week. Stay tuned to see what we have in store for you next on Pitt to the Point.
You have to throw caution to the wind. Know you're capable.
There's possible.
The University of Pittsburgh.
And then there's our kind of possible. The kind that changes the face of medicine, tech, and learning.
Might have been called a miracle.
Because when we say it's possible at Pitt, we mean it. And the proof is in the people. Like Rachel Fairbanks, our top of the class and top of the game athlete of the year, who's serving nothing but excellence. Fulbrights, we're full of them. From BB to Jasmine to the next 250, including 10 in the past year alone.
It's really part of that bolstering of our global reputation.
Possible lives inside everyone at Pitt, from every corner of every campus. Like the McGowan Institute, where they are rethinking, researching, and completely revolutionizing how the body heals through a novel approach to regenerative medicine. all led by visionaries like Dr. Chandan Sen.
You can generate tissue types without using stem cells. And now we know that is possible. That will completely change the paradigm of healthcare.
Our kind of possible paves the way through selfless action and giving.
We all come together with a shared goal of giving today to transform tomorrow.
Ever see 11,000 Proud fuel this much opportunity in 24 hours? We have. And you're about to see it too. In the progress all around you. As our people continue to bring our vision and our promise to life. In newer, bigger, and bolder ways. It's possible at Pitt.
There is no patent. Could you patent the sun?
Welcome to the Pitt News, the University of Pittsburgh's daily student newspaper. Through the collaboration of our editorial, marketing, and sales departments, we consistently produce award-winning content and provide our students with invaluable professional experience. The success of the Pitt News comes from our students, and we are proud of the legacy we have created for over 100 years.
Thanks for tuning back into Pitt to the Point. Happen to watch a story that piques your curiosity? Want to find more on what's going on in Pittsburgh? Visit our website.
That's right. If you want to find out more about the world of politics, medicine, business, technology, and more, log on to pittothepoint.com.
Not only can you see clips from today's show, but you can also read about the topics that interest you and more. Check it out at pittothepoint.com. 6 Pittsburgh women will be named Women of Influence, featured in a special edition of the Pittsburgh Business Times that comes out this May 16th.
The women include Rhonda Carson Leach, Alyssa Cholodowski, Amy Coles, Rosa Davis, Sushila Nimani Stanger, and Susie Shipley.
The 6 women are also staff and alumni of our very own University of Pittsburgh campus. To hear more about these outstanding businesswomen and technology, we head to our business and technology reporter, Duran Lowenberg. Duran?
6 Pitt-affiliated women were named Pittsburgh Business Times Woman of the Year for the year 2025. The women join a long list of winners of this particular award, and they have some advice on how they got to be the woman they are today and how they can help you too.
Women affiliated with the University of Pittsburgh are used to winning awards, and this year 6 added some more hardware to that overstuffed trophy case. Rhonda Carson Leach, Alyssa Cholodowski, Amy Coles, Rosa Davis, Sushila Nimani Stranger, and Susie Shipley were all named Women of Influence by the Pittsburgh Business Times. All 6 came from very different backgrounds, but Leach believes that the university was instrumental in giving them a platform they all used to succeed.
I think they are very intentional of really propelling individuals, especially, again, women in positions in different sectors. And so kudos to the university in recognizing, the great talents that are there.
Rosa Davis, a Pitt alum and current CEO of the Pennsylvania Organization for Women in Early Recovery, agrees.
So in addition to a great education, I think it was the commitment from the professors and instructors and how welcoming they were and how aware they were that every student's experience was not the same.
Davis says that while the honor is great, what's even better is honoring the legacy of all of the women who came before.
But the only way you get to be a woman of influence is if you've been influenced by others, right? So I've been fortunate to have so many amazing people in my life.
But I also want to set an example and to let other women know that they are able, that they can execute, and that they are worthy also of receiving things of this nature in their careers.
As for any personal advice, both Leach and Davis say that the best way to become a future woman of influence is to keep moving forward.
And don't be afraid of even failing, right? It's okay to do that. And actually, I don't even want to say fail, but maybe just to fall. The fact that you know how to get back up again, right?
You get to choose who you're going to surround yourself with and look to other women in leadership, other women who are compassionate and willing to mentor you. And don't ever think you can't do it.
This year's awardees will be honored with a special May 16th issue of the Pittsburgh Business Times, as well as a special ceremony at Acrisure Stadium on May 21st. If you want to learn more about the wonderful woman of the University of Pittsburgh, we'll toss now to our regional campus reporter, Isaiah Waddington. Isaiah?
Thank you. March is also known as Women's History Month, and the University of Pittsburgh at Bradford held plenty of events to celebrate women this month.
This year, the University of Pittsburgh at Bradford held events to celebrate Women's History Month. These events took place between March 13th and April 8th. The first event the university put on was on March 13th, which was an open mic workshop, which later included an open mic night. This helped students share their works in order to build resistance. On March 18th, Robin Wall Commemorer shared her thoughts and insights of the insurrection of indigenous wisdom and scientific knowledge. This past Wednesday on the 26th, Louisa Wall zoomed in to talk about her experiences being a minority and fighting for equality in New Zealand. Also, they had the Boss, Babes, and Bubbly networking event where students were able to get mocktails and socialize with one another. Other future events include on April 3rd to the 5th, a Pitt Bradford student production of Trifles is available for people to attend at Bradford Landmark Society Crooks Farm. And on April 8th, Nancy McCabe is having a launch party of her book, Fires Burning. She is a professor at the university. The university continued their 25-year-long tradition of having Women's History Month banners for students to sign and leave messages about the important women in their lives.
Not only is it amazing to see the continued traditions that the University of Pittsburgh at Bradford puts on, but seeing new events that they added this year to celebrate Women's History Month. I'm regional campus reporter Isaiah Waddington for Pitt to the Point. Demi, Olivia.
Thanks, Isaiah. This week, we are so excited to not only have just one high school, but two to double your fun.
Located a few hours east of us, we welcome Lancaster Catholic High School's very own Zariel Banton and Ava Sports. How's it going?
It's going great, guys. I'm Ava Sports.
And I'm Zariel Banton. We're here from Lancaster Catholic High School, and we are so excited to be with you guys today.
Today, we will be sharing a story on some special guests we hosted at our school last week.
They came all the way from Hakodate in Hokkaido, Japan, to have the true Lancaster Catholic experience.
Let's check it out.
Just this past week, Lancaster Catholic High School had the privilege of hosting a group of students from LaSalle Junior High School in Japan. Over the past few days, our students had the chance to show their Japanese peers what it's like to be a part of this truly vibrant school community. From exploring classrooms to experiencing student life firsthand, it was a week filled with learning, cultural exchange, and new friendships.
My name is Keita.
My name is Joe.
My name is Tomo. America, I like the horizon, and in Japan we can't see the horizon because there are many mountains. So, yeah, I like the sun with the horizon, and it is very beautiful. This school is very big, and I can't remember where is the class. The students is very friendly. Yeah.
The cafeteria food is very good.
Very big.
Very big. To close out the visit, we held a special assembly where the Japanese students showcased their incredible musical talents and shared their vibrant culture with us. It was truly an unforgettable experience, building bridges between cultures and creating memories that will last a lifetime. From the bottom of our hearts at Catholic, thank you LaSalle Junior High School for joining us. We look forward to the next chapter in this cultural exchange and we'll never forget this beautiful time that you share with us. Whether you're in Philly or Lancaster or all the way in Japan, Lancaster Catholic is happy to call anybody family and let us into this vibrant community. For the Lancaster Catholic Morning Show, I'm Jack Kelly.
Like Jack said, it was lovely having them here with us, and we hope they come back to visit soon.
Back to you, Olivia and Demi.
It is so cool that you got to have students come experience your high school from Japan. Can either one of you guys see yourself going to Japan for a week and experiencing their school life?
I had the pleasure of hosting one of the students for 2 days, and it was amazing getting to learn about his culture. I could definitely see myself visiting his school in Japan someday.
That's really cool. What was the biggest takeaway you guys got from having these students come and stay with you guys?
Personally, I think one of the biggest takeaways we got was the opportunity to see that regardless of differing cultural norms, tradition, and cultures, we're all so similar in so many amazing ways.
Thank you, Zariel and Ava. Now, our second high school is a little closer to home. We welcome back Montour High.
They were outstanding last week, so we just had to bring them back again this week. Today, we have Ava Pouliot and Dustin Caldarelli joining us today. What did you guys bring to the table this week?
Good morning, Olivia and Demi. The Montour Spartans are proud to join this morning's broadcast of Pitt to the Point. Thank you for having us.
As Spartans, we pride ourselves in having a very charitable campus and student body. So charitable, in fact, that the Montour School District decided to open its very own school-wide food pantry to help families in our community.
The Classroom Cupboard, managed by the High School Interact Club, helps to provide families with canned goods, fresh produce, meats, and other non-perishable food items to ensure that no one in our school community is hungry.
Let's take a closer look at the Hilltops Classroom Cupboard.
The Montour Classroom Cupboard has been in service since 2018 and is operated by Nurse Callis and the Interact Club. The cupboard was originally opened by Jane Dixon after she saw how many families in the community struggled with food insecurity.
I thought one day, hey, why don't we just take the food to where the kids are and put a food pantry right inside the school district? So that's what we did. We started the Montour Classroom Cupboard back in 2019. And it's the first district-wide food pantry in Western Pennsylvania, and it services any child in the Montour School District from K through 12.
Food insecurity is one of the most prevalent issues plaguing the nation. As a school community, we strive to ensure that no one in our area has to worry when their next meal will be and where it will come from.
I think, I'm a member of this community. I live in the community with my family, so, our school means a great deal to me. Our community means a great deal to me. And knowing that, that folks who need support in our community are benefiting from the cupboard, who have the opportunity to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day as a result of what's available to them. That means a lot to me. I think it means a lot to everybody in our community, and I would just say and thank everybody who's been so incredibly supportive of the cupboard.
The Classroom Cupboard serves 7 struggling families last year. The Interact Club and Nurse Callis are currently providing food for approximately 30 families, and that number continues to grow.
Well, the Montour Classroom Cupboard is available for anyone that has a student within our school buildings, Montour Elementary, DEW, or the high school. And any family that's in need, even if it's a one-time need, or if they can shop throughout the whole school year and over the summer as needed. So anybody that has a basic need, there's no financial minimum. It's just needing to fill out the application process just to let you know who you are and get you set up to make appointments to come in and shop.
The Classroom Cupboard's goal is to provide resources to many families in need across the school district. Roughly 20% of families in Montour School District suffer from food insecurity. Our goal is to lower that percentage by providing high-quality food that these families can rely on.
The Montour Classroom Cupboard is a unique community project filled with dedicated Spartans willing to help out in our local community. Live from Montour High School's Hilltop campus, I'm Dustin Caldarelli.
And I'm Ava Pouliot. Thank you so much for having us on Pitt to the Point. Olivia and Demi, back to you.
Now, why is it so important that not only you guys as students, but other people as well give back to the community?
Well, our friends and their families are all very important to us here on the Hilltop, so any opportunity we get to come together as a community and lend a helping hand to them, we welcome graciously.
And how do you guys hope to see the Classroom Cupboard grow in the future?
Well, since the number of families making use of the cupboard has increased dramatically this year compared to years prior, we know that there are people that can still benefit from the various resources our school can provide. So we just hope that spreading the word can help many more families in the long run.
Thanks, guys. The City of Pittsburgh has a lot of exciting news in sports this week.
With recognizing our university's first female All-American to the start of a new baseball season, we're talking all about sports in Pittsburgh, coming right up after the break.
We wear it with pride. Shout it from podiums.
Hail to Pitt. Hail to Pitt.
And prove it out time and time again. It's possible at Pitt. Now we have an opportunity to give these words even deeper meaning by making Pitt possible for all. Because it's not enough to just welcome one of the largest first-year classes in university history. We must ensure that every student from any background has every opportunity to pursue whatever they want to pursue. Thankfully, there's a plan in place to increase access and affordability and eliminate financial barriers for students in need, to help more upper-class students reach the finish line when they meet unseen hurdles, to go dollar for dollar, matching federal Pell Grants to the tune of more than 139 million big ones, to continue opening doors and kickstarting careers, to expand our programs, enhance our support systems, and meet our students where they are, literally, online, in the workforce, and on multiple platforms. Possibility is what drives us, but let's not forget, students are what make us. They are the ones at the center of our mission. They are the ones who will meet the world's needs. We are the ones who can make their possible, possible.
Hello and welcome back to Pitt to the Point.
The show has flown by today, but don't fret. We will be right back with you next week at the same time, and the week after that, and the week after that.
Pitt to the Point airs every Friday morning at 8 a.m. on the amazing University of Pittsburgh website, the Pitt to the Point website, and YouTube channel. You can also find a taped version of the show on Pittsburgh's CBSN, which is a KDKA TV streaming platform, on Saturday at noon.
And we're excited to say you can also catch a re-airing of today's Pitt to the Point in Philadelphia every Saturday at 12 noon on CBS Philadelphia's streaming platform.
With one last achievement to end Women's History Month, Sophie Yandel becomes Pitt's first All-American swimmer since 1986.
The senior placed fifth in the final of the women's 50 free, securing her spot as Pitt's highest women NCAA finisher in program history.
Yandel also holds the school record for the 50 free. So to hear more about Sophie Yandel and Pitt Swim, we head to our Pitt sports reporter, Katie Pearson. Katie?
Now, before we start talking swim and dive, we of course have to mention Pitt Pro Day, held earlier this week down at Southside. From bench press to vertical jump and everything in between, our guys got it done in front of all 32 NFL teams.
I'm Isaiah Waddington.
And I'm Ryan Tarabokia. Today, we are here at the University of Pittsburgh's Pro Day, where athletes are showcasing their talents to prove why they should be drafted in this year's NFL Draft. Here are the offensive players.
Tight end Gavin Bartholomew participated in all physical testing, excluding the 40-yard dash, which he ran at the NFL Combine. Bartholomew was a standout tight end for Pitt during his 4-year career. Bartholomew had a career high in receptions and touchdowns and projects to be a Day 3 pick in this year's upcoming NFL Draft. Wide receiver Kanata Mumfield participated in only the 3-cone and 20-yard shuffle, as well as running routes. Mumfield, in his 3rd year at Pitt after transferring from Akron, led the Panthers in both receiving yards and receptions this past season. He projects as a Day 3 pick. Offensive lineman Branson Taylor participated in all testing and positional drills after sitting out half the season as well as the combine due to a lateral meniscus tear. Taylor has been a mainstay at Pitt over the last 4 years and is projected to be a Day 3 pick. Kicker Ben Sauls, arguably the most coveted Pitt prospect, only kicked during the Pitt Pro Day, hitting kicks in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, as well as testing his place kicking.
Sauls is third on the all-time Pitt field goal list, as well as being a member of the third-team All-ACC. He is projected as one of the top kickers of the class and possibly a Day 3 pick. I had the chance to talk to Pitt head coach Pat Narduzzi to see how he prepares his players for days like today.
So now you mentioned that since 2019, Pitt has 19 players drafted, the second most in the ACC. How do you feel that as a program you prepare players for the NFL?
I think it's number one, getting the right guys. I mean, and then it's the preparation. I think, there's so much goes into it, but, it starts with our development as coaches on the field, like the little things we ask them to do, get them to perfect it and build habits. And then, and then you look at what we do in the weight room. I mean, all that will show up today as far as your 40, how many times you bench, your vertical jump, how explosive you are. So I think it's everything. It's the whole program. It's it's getting the right players, getting them to work hard, and then obviously the videotape is that's probably number one.
Now let's take a look at the defensive side of the ball.
Linebacker Brandon George did all the physical testing today, and he had a lot of hype leading up to today, and he was flying around the field oppressing scouts. This past season, he was the captain for the Panthers defense, ending the season with 80 tackles, 2 sacks, and being a part of 5 turnovers. George looks to be taken in the mid to late rounds in this year's draft. Defensive back Donovan McMillan participated in everything today. He led the Panthers in tackles the last 2 seasons with 115 in 2024. He is looking to be a Day 3 pick in this upcoming draft.
Brandon George was certainly the star of the day, getting the highs in almost every single category. And don't forget, the NFL draft is quickly approaching. It's in just a few weeks. This year it'll be held at Lambeau Field in Wisconsin. And who knows, maybe we'll see George and some of our other Pitt players at the draft. And while the football team has been grinding down in Southside, the Pitt swim and dive team has been writing in their history books at the NCAA National Championships, including earning their first All-American since 1986.
Sophie Yendel became Pitt Swim and Dive's first All-American since 1986 at the NCAA Women's Swim and Dive National Championships last week. Yendel finished 5th in the 50 freestyle to write herself in the history books. Yendel swam a 21:66 to earn All-America status. As a 5th-year senior, Yendel said this honor has been a long time coming.
I mean, it's always been like a goal of mine. Last year I came pretty short. That was a bit gutting, but I would honestly, coming into college, I didn't really know that much about conferences, the NCAA, how that all works. So really it was when Chase got here 3 years ago that he started to talk to me about what I could do during my time at Pitt, what was possible. So probably 3 years ago, I started thinking about hey, maybe I could be an All-American, get the top 8, and how I could get there.
Overall, Yendel said she was excited to have the support of her team and her parents behind her.
That was great. They definitely obviously weren't as involved in swimming since I came to college, it being so far away, but having that for my last meet was amazing. It was great. And having 10 girls there, that was a dream come true. I can't imagine. I mean, I've been there 2 years before and the year before with just Claire and Jess and Mariana, the divers, and just the coaching staff, and it's always been fun, but it was just a completely different experience with the 10 girls there. And
as a team, the Pitt women capped off their historic season by setting 2 more school records on Saturday and having their highest NCAA finish in 29 years. Overall, the team broke 7 program records at the NCAAs.
And swim and dive season is starting to wind down, but professional baseball season is just starting to pick up. City sports reporter Noah Dan has more on the Pirates and their recently started season. Noah.
Thanks, Katie. Last night, a hockey record was broken as Sidney Crosby scored a goal, clinching 82 points and securing his 20th consecutive point-per-game season. The record previously held by Wayne Gretzky was 19 seasons. But before that game began, the baseball season officially started. And this week, I had the opportunity to take to the streets of Oakland to get Pirates fans' thoughts on this upcoming season.
With the baseball season getting underway, I'm here at the University of Pittsburgh to get Pirates fans' thoughts on this upcoming season.
I'm most excited for Paul Skeens. He's a great pitcher, and he is in contention for Cy Young.
You know, I'm excited for Paul Skeens. I feel like that's a basic answer, but he's the only one on the team who really pulls through.
Definitely the pitching. I think the pitching has a chance to really take another step and be in that baseball's elite category.
I'm hoping we see a strong pitching rotation. Maybe sneak in a wild card, but a winning record would be nice.
Hopefully we can improve on our previous season. We have some talent, and hopefully Paul Students can carry us to a postseason berth.
500 would be the ceiling maybe, or maybe ceiling would be like a wild card team, but most likely around 70 wins.
Successful, I think we all want to get back to the playoffs. Got to finish above 500, but if they can get to the playoffs, that's another step. So that's the next benchmark.
I think this will be a successful season. If the Pirates don't come in last place, small victories are still victories. So
my biggest concern would definitely be offense. Just producing enough runs to win games is definitely something I'm worried about. We have strong pitching.
I'm mainly worried about the hitting, but Nick Gonzalez, whoever young guys we have, Nick York maybe can come up. I want the young guys to do good for upcoming seasons.
Biggest concern, just the consistency in hitting. I think we've had some years here where we've fallen short with the hitting category, and we can't rely on just 3 guys to carry our lineup.
I love the environment, the people. I love just hanging out with my friends, and it's a great time.
the best part going to Pirates games is probably the stadium. I mean, PNC has a great view, and I'm a Yankee fan, and our stadium does not have a view like that.
I'm really excited to kind of see where they land. I know I haven't been doing too good, so I'm hoping for a good season, though.
While Pirates fans have very mixed opinions on this upcoming season, all of them are excited to watch how the season unfolds.
Many Pirates fans are very excited to see how the season plays out. And this season began yesterday with a 5-4 loss in Miami. This begins a 4-game series against the Marlins before the team will head up to Tampa Bay for a 3-game series against the Rays, and then finally come to Pittsburgh for their home opener in PNC Park on April 4th to begin a 3-game series against the New York Yankees. For Pitt to the Point, I'm City Sports reporter Noah Dan. Demi, Olivia?
Now, Noah, what can the city look forward to with this upcoming baseball season, especially with having Paul Skeens back for his second season?
Well, yeah, Paul Skeens was very good last night, having 7 strikeouts. And the pitching for this year is very exciting, and I'm very excited to see how the season plays out with the pitching and also the hitting. Demi, Olivia?
Thanks, Noah. For all you symphony lovers, Pittsburgh has a stacked lineup of performances coming up this spring.
Disney fans are off to the theater after Snow White hit the box office this past weekend. Learn how well the anticipated movie is doing coming up.
Speaking of films, stay tuned to hear how a film trivia was hosted by Pittsburgh locals this past week on Pitt to the Point.
You have to throw caution to the wind. Know you're capable.
There's possible.
The University of Pittsburgh.
And then there's our kind of possible. The kind that changes the face of medicine, tech, and learning.
It might have been called a miracle.
Because when we say it's possible at Pitt, we mean it. And the proof is in the people. Like Rachel Fairbanks, our top of the class and top of the game athlete of the year, who's serving nothing but excellence. Fulbrights, we're full of them. From BB to Jasmine to the next 250, including 10 in the past year alone.
It's really part of that bolstering of our global reputation.
Possible lives inside everyone at Pitt, from every corner of every campus. Like the McGowan Institute, where they are rethinking, researching, and completely revolutionizing how the body heals through a novel approach to regenerative medicine. All led by visionaries like Dr. Chandan Sen.
You can generate tissue types without using stem cells. And now we know that it's possible. That will completely change the paradigm of healthcare.
Our kind of possible paves the way through selfless action and giving.
We all come together with a shared goal of giving today to transform tomorrow.
Ever see 11,000 Proud fuel this much opportunity in 24 hours? We have, and you're about to see it too, in the progress all around you, as our people continue to bring our vision and our promise to life, in newer, bigger, and bolder ways. It's possible at Pitt.
Someone a long time ago had an idea that we could change the way we do things. What if you had over 30,000 big thinkers and believers behind you and $1 billion in research to make it happen? With a will that never quits in a city connected to everything. Well, you'd probably find yourself doing something truly incredible.
Welcome to the Pitt News, the University of Pittsburgh's daily student newspaper. Through the collaboration of our editorial, marketing, and sales departments, we consistently produce award-winning content and provide our students with invaluable professional experience. The success of the Pitt News comes from our students, and we are proud of the legacy we have created for over 100 years.
Now, Demi, I am not sure if many people know this, but the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra is a 3-time Grammy winner.
They have a lot of exciting events coming up, and many shows are hoping to draw a lot of young college students.
This weekend kicks off the spring with the symphony performing Beethoven's Pastoral.
Our entertainment reporter Nick Bennick has more on upcoming performances. Nick?
Thanks, Demi. This week, I had the great opportunity of visiting the Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra at Himes Hall to see what exactly goes into a show. After being there, I found that there is something for anyone who goes to visit their performance downtown.
Out of all the orchestras in the U.S., I think we're one of 12 or 14 major orchestras in this country, so it is very special that Pittsburgh, the city, has a major orchestra here. Hi, I'm Kirsten Haddix. I'm the digital and social media strategist at the Pittsburgh Symphony. We have so many different events at the Pittsburgh Symphony. So we have our regular classic season, which is your basic regular classic types of shows that have all the famous pieces from composers from long ago and current new composers. And we also have different types of series that are meant for everyone. So if you're a movie fan, if you like different types of genres of music, we have that for you. So we have concerts focused for all younger age groups. So we start with our young elementary students. We have school time concerts and also Fiddlesticks, which is geared towards young kids. It's very learning focused. And then we do have a PSO Go program, which is focused for college students and teachers. And that is very, very affordable tickets for everyone. They can be as low as $15. So there really is something for everyone. I think a lot of college students seem to find classical music as like a daunting thing where it's a pay gap or you need to be really rich and wealthy to attend the PSO, but that is not the case. You can literally come here with your friends and hang out and chill for as low as $15, which is pretty awesome. If you're a movie fan, if you like different types of genres of music, we have that for you. We have a pop series, which is the concerts that basically encapsulate that. And then we have other different types of series that are super special. We have our Disrupt concerts, which are shorter programs of our classic series, and they feature cocktails, shorter concerts, more relaxed vibe for programs geared towards college students. And then we also have our Discovering Drinks, and those are concerts that are at different types of venues, and you can go bars, restaurants, museums, and get to meet the musicians up close and personal. So there's really something for everyone here. And yeah, we also have our school time concerts too, and that's for our students in the community. And you can actually come see the PSO for free if you're a student, and it's a great opportunity. A lot of people here get to come and learn about the symphony and get to know about music and being a musician, so yeah.
Beethoven's Pastoral will be performed all this weekend, and you can purchase tickets online at the website for Pittsburgh Symphony Orchestra. For Pitt to the Point, I'm entertainment reporter Nick Bennick. Demi, Olivia?
Thanks, Nick. Last Friday, March 21st, Disney's new live adaptation of Snow White came out and did not exceed expectations. The movie only made an estimated $43 million domestically and $87.3 million globally.
While those numbers might not look bad, the movie had a large production budget of $270 million, with an additional $100 million in marketing.
Along with not succeeding with the numbers, co-star Rachel Ziegler and Gal Gadot faced backlash and controversy over comments they had made regarding the movie and politics.
Ziegler had made comments criticizing the original 1937 Snow White movie, stating how the prince is literally stalking the heroine. And in an ex post last August, she stated, "Free Palestine," after thanking supporters after Disney released the trailer of Snow White.
This sparked controversy and problems within the movie since Gal Gadot is Israeli. This caused Disney to pay for additional security for the actress as she faced death threats with these comments.
If you're looking for a fun activity with lots of pop culture, then you won't have to look much further.
Hannah Wilson and Jared Bagoglia host PGH trivia at various bars throughout the week with different pop culture themes to keep everyone engaged.
This past Tuesday, the duo hosted trivia based on Pittsburgh films, and to hear more about it, we head to our city beat reporter, Natalie Silverman. Natalie?
Thanks, guys. Well, what's fun, interactive, and a great way to meet new people and win cool prizes? The answer is PGH Trivia, of course. Like you guys just said, it was started by Hannah Wilson in 2021 and eventually joined by Jared Bagoglia. The pair hosts fun-themed trivia through bars and breweries across Pittsburgh, drawing fans of everything from Twilight to the Real Housewives.
Anyway, but number 4 was the movie that she made me watch, and I pulled it out of the recesses of my brain.
For Hannah Wilson and Jared Bagoglia, trivia is more than just a game. It's a way to connect with others and celebrate pop culture. The duo hosts weekly events at Two Phrase Brewery, Hazel Grove Brewing in Hazelwood, and Dive Bar and Grill in the North Hills. This past Tuesday, Jared hosted Pittsburgh Film Night at Two Phrase.
We're at the Two Phrase Brewery playing trivia.
Yes, Max, that's right. We hit up Two Phrase and played 6 rounds of Pittsburgh film trivia.
I'm feeling pretty good after round 1. There seems to be a lot of really seasoned trivia players here, so I don't know if we're going to win, but I'm having a lot of fun.
And there was never a dull moment, as Jared incorporated lots of humor in and in between the rounds. Though it was in between rounds 2 and 3 that we as a team realized we were starting to falter.
We're not at the top of the leaderboard and we're not doing so well, but we got some ones right that we're proud of.
However, our eyes were still on the prize, or rather, any of the 3. At Tuesday's games, the top 3 teams got to pick from a prize pot featuring a Flashdance vinyl, an Adventureland DVD, or an actual wallflower. Each prize was a nod to a Pittsburgh film or reference. Finally, it was time for the 6th and final round, though there was a twist.
It says bonus of Pittsburgh. It says bonus question. The bonus question is an opinion question.
After incorrectly guessing Jared's opinion Kiss, Marry, Kill, the winners were announced.
We have Octopussy
That's good for Octopussy.
And no, that's not us, but
we got 6th place.
As PGH Trivia expands, Wilson and Bagoglia hope to host trivia every weekday, and I personally can't wait to see what the duo has in store for the future. With Pitt to the Point, I've been your City Beat reporter, Natalie Silverman. Olivia, Demi?
Now, Natalie, I know you are very passionate about films and movies. How is it to be able to surround yourself with people who are just as passionate as you, and let alone talk about films that involve our beautiful city?
It was so fun. Like, every time he would say something, and me and my 3 wonderful teammates would get so excited about an answer because we knew it. It was just like, I don't even know. I sound like such a nerd talking about this, but genuinely, and I went with my 3 film friends too. So we just all around had such a good time, and being surrounded by people who are also so into it, it just made it so fun. And I have to go back for one of their like Housewife or Bravo trivia nights, because that is my other niche, let me tell you.
Thanks, Natalie. Coming up, we get an inside look on one of the newest hit shows that take place in our very own city.
Since we're talking about Pittsburgh coming up, stay tuned to learn about our alumni that has been running a business in the city he studied in.
We also have a weather update for this upcoming weekend right after the break.
Part of the University of Pittsburgh is the Cathedral of Learning.
There's a lot you can say about this place. Gritty? Well, we prefer tough. Resilient. Innovative, of course. We're part of the city that built the backbone of America, and now we're making it bend and flex in every which way.
Your time at Pitt has also prepared you for what is possible.
But there's one thing you can't deny. When the world needs something, we find a way to give it to them. Whether that's defeating a crippling disease,
Salt's exhausting labors had paid off.
or fighting off the world's next life-threatening illness, we focus our eyes and attention on the ones who need us most, day in and far out.
Pittsburgh Panthers are the National Collegiate Champions.
So the question we have to deal with is, can we work and build together even when we're different?
All this comes naturally when you've built a foundation on community in a city that feels more like a family at a time when there's basically no other choice. So yeah, there's a lot you can say about this place. But this is what we know. We know that we've earned more than $1 billion in research funding just this year alone. We know that we're breaking ground for more groundbreaking innovation. We know that if you throw a problem our way, we'll do the work to solve it.
You are here, standing, greeted by the end of one journey and the beginning of the next.
We know that it's possible at Pitt.
There is no patent. Could you patent the sun?
Someone a long time ago had an idea that we could change the way we do things. What if you had over 30,000 big thinkers and believers behind you and $1 billion in research to make it happen? With a will that never quits in a city connected to everything. Well, you'd probably find yourself doing something truly incredible.
If you are a fan of dramedies and live in the city of Pittsburgh, then you have probably heard of the new hospital-based drama television show called The Pitt.
The Pitt takes place in our very own city, Pittsburgh, and to top it all off, one of our very own University of Pittsburgh professors, Sylvia Owusu-Ansah, helped work on the show.
Owusu-Ansah worked as one of the medical advisors for the show, and to hear more about it, we head to our Pitt Beat reporter, Morgan Wilfong. Morgan?
Thanks, guys. Sylvia Owusu-Ansah is the Associate Professor of Pediatrics and Emergency Medicine in the School of Medicine at Pitt, and she also works as a Medical Director of Pre-Hospital EMS at the UPMC Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. And if you thought that was amazing, well, she also was a part of the hit medical drama, The Pitt, as one of the medical advisors. She talked to me about her experience and the importance of this role.
I was one of 12 experts across the United States that was asked to kind of comment on healthcare or emergency medicine care in Pittsburgh and beyond. And particularly the question that they asked each and every one of us was, what would you like to see portrayed on a medical drama series that you think is important that has not been highlighted and has not been portrayed as of yet? I think to the point of this show, so many of us in medicine just can't deal with the lack of reality and accuracy in a lot of these medical dramas. Episode 1 drops January 9th, and literally half of the things that I talked about were in that first episode. So that's when my mind was blown. And then Freedom House was another big one. EMS starting in Pittsburgh. I told them on that second visit that if you're going to talk about healthcare, you cannot talk about healthcare in Pittsburgh without talking about Freedom House Ambulance. And they took that to heart. And so there's a portion of an episode 8, that's dedicated to that. Depending on how people view healthcare, you may not reach the amount of people that you want to reach. The thing about media, and especially television, if it's good television, you're reaching millions of people. In Hollywood, for better or for worse, however people see it, have that influence and have that power to share those messages on a broader scale in a shorter period of time. There's no way that I could have predicted this exponential trajectory of what it was going to be. So I'm still in twilight zone, but extremely, extremely appreciative. They have done a phenomenal job of getting the right people involved at the right time. And not only that, but respecting the advice that was given. That's why it's so successful, because they used the village to create this phenomenal piece of art.
Sylvia Wusu Onsha had nothing but amazing things to say about the show, crew, and this once-in-a-lifetime experience of hers. And for Pitt to the Point, I'm Pitt Beat reporter Morgan Wilthong. Olivia, Demi?
Now, Morgan, do you think having someone on set who's experienced in the medical field benefited the show? And if so, do you think other shows should do this in the future as well?
Absolutely. I think it is definitely beneficial. I mean, the more accurate, the better. And it just adds to the realistic element of it, which I feel like is how shows really do well, if it seems realistic. And being as accurate as possible with all of these medical terms, terminology, and all that stuff, I think really helps the show. And I definitely think if others aren't doing it right now, I think it would definitely help them in the future, and they should do it in the future. Olivia, Demi?
Thanks, Morgan. After William Murray walked across the graduation stage at the University of Pittsburgh, he found himself working close by.
William Murray has co-owned a local pub in Pittsburgh for 22 years.
Pub in the Park has been hosting events for Pittsburgh's favorite days like St. Patrick's Day and Steeler Sundays.
Our alumni spotlight highlights how William has been keeping his business a Pittsburgh favorite.
William Murray graduated Pitt in 1997. It's a place where the people that come in here are like a family. Everybody gets to know everyone else. We do a lot of events that are tethered the people together. We go to Pirate games, we'll have 2 full buses, 88 people. A lot of events and things like that bring us closer together. The 2 events, 7 a.m. car bomb club on parade day. We open at 6:30 in the morning. We serve car bombs. There's usually 130 people here. We do as much business between 7 and 11 when we normally wouldn't be open as we do on a really good Friday during a normal week. The second event is the free Steeler pool of numbers 0 through 9 across the top, 0 through 9 down the side, and you match them up. At each score that goes off, somebody wins a prize. So for instance, if you have 0-0, you immediately win a prize. There's no fee for getting in the pool, but it's generally one of our busiest days of the year because everybody loves it. I was a math major at Pitt. I took a few business courses at Pitt, and it's just the professors there, the people there. Granted, it was 25, 30 years ago, but they really shaped the person I am today. And some of the professors were excellent, and they taught me how to manage my money, manage businesses' money, things of that nature. So, I mean, and then we're a Pitt bar, so when Pitt basketball plays or Pitt football plays, we've had Pitt watch parties here, things of that. I've already started talking preliminarily with Taylor, my manager, about buying the pub off of me and Bobby. I'll turn it over to Taylor, who will keep it, who will make some changes that she wants to make that are good changes and keep the good things we have done. I'll still be the biggest customer and the biggest pain in the butt here at the pub for sure.
Now, I don't know about you, Olivia, but my favorite season is spring. And it's not only because my birthday, but I love the spring weather.
Well, Demi, they do say that May birthdays are the best, and I know we are both May babies. However, I did hear that this weekend we may be in for some high temperatures.
That's right. Although today we might see some showers, the temperature will be in the mid-60s and high 50s as we get into the night.
Saturday, we are expecting to see the temperatures hit the high 70s with a slight chance of showers. Although Sunday temps will not be as high, we should have an overcast sky and hit 70 degrees.
Warmer days are on the horizon, and I'm excited to see the sun peek out a little bit more.
Well, Demi, our time as anchors has come to an end.
I know, but I had such a wonderful time anchoring Pitt to the Point with you the last 3 weeks.
I am sad to say goodbye, but we can't wait for you to meet our new anchors, Katie Pearson and Sabrina Bunsa.
That's right. You don't want to miss our upcoming shows.
If you enjoyed today's shows, you can rewatch the show on CBSN, KDKA TV streaming platform every Saturday at noon, as well as CBS Philadelphia streaming platform at noon on Saturday.
You can also check out our social media platforms, including Instagram, TikTok, X, and Facebook, where you can get all behind the scenes of our show.
If Demi and I have kept you entertained for the last hour, then you are in luck, because for the next 5 weeks, Pitt to the Point will be coming to you live at the same time.
Until next time, I'm Demi Bauer.
And I'm Olivia McDonald, and we'll see you next week on Pitt to the Point.